What is going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new abilities video. In today's video, we're going to be doing is giving you guys an updated abilities video, which are the best abilities off for offense. So let's start off into it. So we're going to talk about the abilities for the offense. The offense abilities, the only abilities you maybe want to be running is either post up, identifier, and probably Puller Elite, but I don't really like to run Puller Elite specifically for the fact that you can only work in some pulling plays, not all of them. And honestly, if you're gonna choose ability, I think it's either identifier or the post up. I would recommend running double post up on both of your guards, so your left guard and your right guard. But of course, if you guys can only afford one post up, then I would highly recommend you just running it on your center, which I have it right here on my center, just specifically post up, since it's going to be always in double teams, and it's crazy how good those double teams are. So it's good in the pass game and it's good in the run game. So I would highly recommend you guys, if you guys could run any abilities, run post up. You don't really need edge protector that much, since now the meta is not to be running, not that people really run, edge protector as much now as before, and secure protector and all these other abilities. They're like not as good. So I would highly recommend, if you're gonna choose one of them, I would say post up. Identifier is very good ability if it really helps you knowing where the player is on defense, so you could literally dominate choose a play. Like say you want to go deep, you want to go in, you want to do blah blah. That's what you should know what to do. But of course, if you had, my recommendation is running either post up on your center or running post up on your left guard, and your right guard is highly recommended. So that's going to be the offensive line. The next part we're going to be talking about are your receivers, your tight ends, your receivers and tight end, pretty much. So the ability you guys are going to be running on your offense, your receivers, of course, we're going to be talking about is the budget receiving ability. Say for physical receivers, you should be running is obviously X Factor Double Me, because the other abilities take fucking too fucking long just to activate, and Double Me just two bomb, boom, it's already activated, and it's very good at aggressive catching. Next ability you should be running is, if you guys cannot afford the deep out, because deep out is the best ability in this game for receivers. It is so fucking broken, it's ridiculous. But ridiculous, if you guys cannot afford it, I would always recommend running Matchup Nightmare. Matchup Nightmare is very it's broken. I don't know why I said it's several times, but it's very broken. It's basically deep out like anyone on the field. And looking at the Matchup Nightmare, we've been talking about it. It's like if you choose to play, it works anywhere on the field. Look right here, like a little quick play right here. I don't know how the fuck Megatron caught the ball, but Megatron caught the ball because of Matchup Nightmare, and that's the biggest factor about this ability. It does not. I don't know how. I don't explain. Matchup Nightmare is a budget deep out. Deep in does not work. Deep out is the way to go. Deep out, for some reason, it works for every like 10 yards out. It's supposed to work every like 30 yards out, but it works every 10 yards. So that's going to be for physical receivers. Run Matchup Nightmare unless you guys could afford 2 AP on deep bouts. But now the question is, what about the other archetypes, such as, we got ourselves, route running, you got the deep threats, any other abilities in the game. I would highly 100% of a doubt you have to be running yourself deep out. I talked about this several times. Deep out is fucking broken as almighty hell. It does not matter. It does not matter how tall you are. There's a good chance if you are 1-on-1, you will literally moss the fuck out of the fucking defense. It is ridiculous how much you will moss the fuck out of them. So, and always you got Route Tech, which is another good ability, of course, but it only works if they're running man coverage. What I would always recommend you always have like one Route Tech on your field. Just have one, like in the slot, in the medium. Just have one Route Tech, just in case they're running man coverage, because it will toast fucking man coverage like no tomorrow. It is ridiculous. It will make man coverage look like absolutely shit. That is if you have at least one Route Tech. If they're running man coverage, which a lot of people are tend to running more man coverage now. Next off, we got the running backs, full backs, whatever the fuck you want to call them. Of course, the best ability is no brainer. Either jukebox, trucking, armbar, and spin move. Some people like to run these weird route things. Those are pretty good and all, but tank, the juking, all the jukebox, the invasion, the juking, trucking, armbar, spin move, and I have to say tank. Those are the best abilities, no doubt. Of course, you got these other abilities for stamina, backlash, whatever, but they don't tend to work as effective as Lee. If you're gonna waste AP, you gotta be waking. You gotta spend it. But tank is very effective. The fact, if you combine tanking and trucking, it is ridiculous. No matter how many times you try to hit stick this man, there's over like an 80% chance you will break the tackle. It's ridiculously high how many times you'll break the tackles. And of course, for running backs, you always got to figure a way. I always say try to run 2 running backs on your team. One with good trucking, one good juking, just things like that. Preferably me, I prefer a tank and a trucking back because it just pisses people off. It's ridiculous. You'll just run down the middle over and over and over and over and over, and they will do nothing. They cannot do a single thing to stop it. So if you guys can pick any of them, I would highly recommend do that and reach for it. It's not as effective as it was. It activates sometimes, but most of the time it does not even activate. And now time for the last position we're going to be talking about. It's going to be the quarterback. Now the quarterback, it is a no given, of course, which abilities are the best. It's pretty obvious which ones are the best. But for X Factor, I have to always go with Bazooka. Because Bazooka, same thing as Deep Out. You just need to throw like, what's it like? I think it's like 1 or 2 bombs, and out of nowhere it's activated. Bazooka is activated. It's like fucking broken. It's like Gunslinger. It just feels a lot much better, a lot much quicker. It's just quicker to activate, and I always feel like if the abilities is quick to activate, it's a lot much better on the field. That would I highly recommend. And of course, if you guys are running field generals, I would always recommend trying to get Identifier for 1 AP. Because for 1 AP for the field general is an absolute steal. For 1 AP, it is ridiculous. And of course, you got yourself Set Feet Elite Lead, which I highly recommend. Set Feet Elite. I feel like Set Feet Elite is very a budget gunslinger. But I feel like it's just way much more worth it. Gunslinger costs like 5 AP for different players, but I just feel like Set Elite is really good. And of course, you got, if you could get Hot Route Master. Hot Route Master is so good because of the fact that crosser routes and the corner routes are one of the best, deadliest routes in the game. Shout out to my name. It's just one of the easiest. And now we're talking about on the Scrambler quarterbacks, if you guys can afford it. Of course, same thing I would recommend is running Bazooka. And of course, it's no fucking given. The most annoyingest fucking ability in fucking Madden is Escape Cards because it's so fucking broken. It's so broken. It doesn't matter what the fuck you're doing. It just cannot be stopped. And pass lead elite if you do it, but for scramblers. But you guys get the idea. Same thing in general. If you guys try to get Gunslinger, you get Gunslinger. If you can't get Set lead, if you can't get Set lead, you get pass lead elite. That's pretty much it. Just quick recap about the best abilities. Shout out to Doc Black Sparks. But hope you guys did enjoy the video. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. Let me know if you guys did like this video. I'll be doing one for defense, give you guys a quick update of which are the best abilities in the game. And I don't think I need, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.